Okay, so in this video, I want to look on the Aurora HDR. And I use the HDR application quite a bit extensively, not because I have a lot of photos I shoot in HDR and all stuff, as well because I do the my 3D graphics. And in the graphics, I do a lot of compositing, so I create a lot of CG backdrops and I do compositing work. As well, I just created 3D art, and many times when I created 3D image, I save it as HDR and I process this HDR or tone map it afterwards inside the HDR applications. And I used Olio, Photomatix Pro, Aurora, and Native and Photoshop, and some other applications. So using different them to bring this depth of additional information. So what's happening with Aurora? It does have their own plus and minuses. The biggest plus it is how it's simplified and automation. So if you don't want too much sitting and tweaking with settings, however, you can, don't take me wrong, but it does provide a little bit easier to work with the presets, with looks and other things. So you can do several ways. You can do as a batch processing, and it will save on your hard drive when you do it. So you can just select multiple images and then let them process this way. As well, you can just open a single image. Or in this case, I just select bracketed images when we go open. And you'll notice when you open even single images, it does recognize sets, which one is have it. So it's 5 brackets with 0. At this point, we can go to create it. Before do this, we can open options, and I'm just going to select properties. Okay. And because I know I shot this with handheld it, so I want to after align them as best as they can. At this point, we can go create HDR image. Okay, when process complete, you can see we adjusted. Again, some noise, it's because it was done in the dark. Even denoiser was applied, but we still have some problems. And this common on some images. Again, I shot this in when it's almost sunset. You can see how dark it was. Overall, we can look, and if you work before with like Luminar or any other Skylum products, the interface is very familiar. So we have our options on top with our cropping, adjusting tools, plus all options we can preview. One thing you'll notice, the filters will apply automatically ready to each element. So even if going up, and if you want to create a brand new layer, just let's go create adjustment layer. Adjustment layer will have it exactly the same stuff inside. So it is, let me go ahead and delete that layer. We don't need it. Overall, this is straightforward. Your adjustments say similar as raw adjustments, your colors and enhancement. You cannot, because they're predefined, you cannot double on some filters, create all this stuff. However, nice options, you have it your LUT preset. So if you have it, you create your lookup table with a coloring, you can just easy come and import here. And with LUTs is very powerful tool to color correction adjustment, so you can do this way as well. And all additional options. Some HDR detailer on the bottom. I wish those elements that mostly what I am adjusting with HDR, they will be on the top, so you don't need to, but it's okay. You can just scroll down and access them. And you can see it's quite a bit range of the presets of the filters. Anytime you can use it, those filters, adjust, remove it. You can change them as well. So for example, we can enable, disable those filters if you need it. Okay, it's a straightforward adjustments, very standard to many applications, and provide some options. However, I found compared to like Photomatix Pro, the fine tuning is not as detailed like in other applications, but it will, again, it will work in most cases, and it does a very good job on all those properties. So we can actually take this and just maybe level it. Okay. So also notice when you're done with everything, which is nice, you can also save filter as look, HDR look. And later you can go ahead and select from collections you have it, and you can just use those collections with yours, and it's with one click you can apply the specific HDR look to your image as you want it. So this is kind of nice. Again, this is I like a lot options that you can go look on the bottom and preview exactly your image in this and see how it will work for your photos. Overall, it is very fast processing HDR tools. It does very good job. But again, it does not fine tuning, which is maybe confusing, could be for some people. If you look on the applications that you can go inside and tweak with precise settings, with all the stuff, I do recommend Photomatix Pro. It does very great job. Otherwise, this is good companion, and it's, remember, this is also work as a plugin. So you can put it with your Photoshop if you want it, or it's plug-in inside your Luminar in other places. So it would work this way, so you can process and go in between them. Okay, so thank you for watching this short review, and I would recommend for you to, if you're going to purchase, use it, my discount code. It's give you additional, I think like $10 or something. Some discount will apply to you, and on a YouTube channel, it will post it below the code. So in this case, it just save you a little bit if you decide to purchase this application.